You now have two more choices for HomeKit Secure video cameras. Both are from Tapo. One is a 2K Pan-and-Til camera and another 2K camera with a physical privacy shutter. Both of them can be set up in the Apple Home app without ever installing the Tapo app. But if you do, you get 2K support, HDR video, and a bunch of other features like recognizing a baby crying and a bunch of other sounds. And both of these cameras are under $100 and support Wi-Fi 6, which in my experience, and I have multiple HomeKit Secure video cameras, has given me the best connection and most reliable connection yet. In the box for both of these cameras, you do get a wall mounting option so you can screw it into the wall, but the Privacy Shutter 2K camera also has a magnetic base so you can stick this onto a fridge or anything that's metal. Makes it easy to mount it, especially if you want to do something outside. And while these aren't particularly outdoor cameras, I have kept them on my patio down here in Florida. They're protected from the rain, but not the heat, and they've done really well for the past month. Both of these cameras also have a micro SD card slot if you want to record locally to each camera, and they do have their own proprietary barrel connector for power, and it's not micro USB. So there's that. The Privacy Shutter 2K model is very flexible. You can rotate it. It has a swivel arm that you can even put it all the way down if you really want extra privacy. Plus, it also has that physical shutter that'll go over the lens, and you can enable privacy mode in the Tapo app if you'd like to do that remotely. Setup was very quick, easy, and I have found these to be the most reliable, even outdoors. These are on the outside of a cinder block wall, and I also have two Logitech Circle View cameras. Those have been spotty connections. Sometimes they'll drop out or I'll miss some recordings. But these Tapo cameras, I think because of that Wi-Fi 6, have been extra reliable. I set them up in the Home app first, scanning the code on the bottom, and you don't even have to install the Tapo app at all. You can manage these all in the Home app, and because they support HomeKit Secure Video, those 30 days of recordings will be attached to your iCloud account, and you don't have to pay an additional subscription than what you're already paying for iCloud Plus. To show you what these look like, I'll go into the Home app and then to my camera setup. As you can see, I have a number of cameras out there right now. Here's actually the Tapo Pan-and-Til camera. You can talk back. It does have a built-in speaker. And I can scroll back and see recordings. And this also acts as a motion sensor that I can use in automations here in the Home app. Because it's HomeKit Secure Video, you get all the features as other HomeKit cameras. You can choose people detection, animals, vehicles, packages. You can make sure to record audio. And it will do the facial recognition based on your photo library, just like all other HomeKit cameras. But unfortunately, there's two features still missing from the Home app when it comes to cameras like this. HomeKit Secure Video and Apple Home only supports 1080p video quality, nothing higher, and you cannot control pan-and-til cameras directly in the Home app. Hopefully this comes in an update soon. We've needed it for a while, maybe iOS 18. But for those features, you will need to go to the Tapo app. You can, of course, manually move the lens, get the camera right where you want it, both for the pan and tilt and the privacy shutter. And again, if you want to do everything here in the Home app, you can totally do that. But if you want more features, the Tapo app has actually gotten really good. The Tapo app has been updated. It has a brand new design. And even though I added these cameras to HomeKit first, once I opened the Tapo app, it immediately recognized that these cameras were on the network, and then I can add them to the Tapo app in addition to Home app. Yes, you can have them in both places at the same time. You can manage Tapo unique features in the Tapo app and still have HomeKit Secure video recordings in the Home app. If I go to something like the pan and tilt camera, you get way more controls, including the ability to pan and tilt. Again, because this is Wi-Fi 6, I do find it faster to respond over Wi-Fi than the Aqara E1 that I reviewed recently. And here in the Tapo app, you will get that 2K video quality, unlike in the Home app. You can talk back, access your microSD recordings here in the Tapo app, and there's a lot more settings available for both of these cameras. If I tap the gear icon, you can see the detection options, and here you have way more. You get the normal person, motion, pet, and vehicle, like in the Home app, but you also have additional options like baby crying, glass break, dog barks, even cat meows. Typically, if you have a security system, glass break sensors would have to be a separate device, but here with the Tapo cameras, you can choose to enable this. Tapo does say this is a beta feature when it comes to the glass break, but nice that it's here, and because it's on my patio, I'd like to try it. You can also turn on auto tracking, so if there's a person, it will automatically move the pan and tilt camera as a subject walks across the field of view. You can set patrol mode, which will automatically have the camera pan and tilt to certain locations. You can access the storage and recording, including a micro SD card. And under video display, you have a lot of options here, especially for things like night vision distance, which is helpful because sometimes when there's objects really near to the camera, they'll be kind of blown out or too light in night vision. You can adjust that here. You can force 2K video quality at all times for both of these cameras. You can up the frame rate all the way to 30 frames per second, which is really nice. And a feature that I don't see on many other cameras like this is HDR video. Now, because I have these outside on the patio, and again, Technically, these aren't outdoor cameras, but they are covered in a patio. And this HDR actually makes a big difference. You can actually see when I enable this and go back to the video footage, having that HDR enabled gives me a better picture, especially far away from the camera. Less blown out sections, more even lighting. I enable this HDR feature for both of those cameras. You can enable privacy mode, which will turn off the video for both of these cameras. And you can also adjust other settings like sharing the device with other users, notifications for certain motion, and so on. That was the pan and tilt, and you also get a lot of those options with the privacy shutter model. Of course, no pan and tilt, but you still get HDR video, 2K quality, and all the special detection modes like baby crying, dog barks, and all of that. Now, if you want to access the recordings and you only have HomeKit Secure Video, you will need to go back to the Home app. There is a Tapo subscription for recordings, but if you already use the Home app and you already pay for iCloud Plus, those recordings in HomeKit have been enough for me. Just keep in mind those recordings are 1080p because that's a HomeKit Secure video limitation, not the Tapo cameras. If you want 2K video recordings from both of these cameras, then you will need to opt for a Tapo subscription. You can get unlimited cloud storage for up to 30 days. Starting prices are $280 and $560 for one camera and two cameras. After those first 6 months, it goes to $3.50 and $7 for the 2-device plan. When it comes to HomeKit Secure video cameras, I highly recommend these two, especially with that Wi-Fi 6. It has helped with reliability and speed of connection. Plus, they are both under $100. They're on sale right now at Best Buy here in the United States, at least till the end of the year. So as you watch this, you got a few days. $50 for that physical privacy shutter model, and $60, $10 off right now for that pan and tilt. But even the regular price, $70 for the pan and tilt and $60 for the privacy shutter model. Honestly, incredible deals. The Logitech Circle View is still over $100. The Eve indoor camera, which is HomeKit Secure Video, is $150 still, and only 1080p and 24 frames per second. And the Logitech Circle View, while this is weatherproof and I do use two of these outside, still $140, 1080p, and in my experience has been a little spotty when it comes to connection if they're far away from the Wi-Fi routers. So if you're looking for HomeKit Secure video cameras, maybe you want to place one on the patio facing outside, or cameras for indoors, that privacy shutter model with magnetic base, really useful, and the pan and tilt with all those discovery options, these two HomeKit Secure video cameras are a great choice. I'll put links to them down in the video description. Both are available at Best Buy, one of them on Amazon. You'll see all the links down there. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, lots of smart home content, and I recently did an entire smart home tour. You can check out all the updates. I'll put that video right up here. And I have more smart home devices coming very soon in the next year. So, stay subscribed, stay tuned, hit that like button, and leave a comment below if you have any questions about these cameras or my home automations and setup. Would love to hear from you. And I'll put another video up here. YouTube thinks you'll really like this one, so check it out.